Earlier today, I talked about what went down with Kevin Porter Jr. and his court appearance that took place on the 16th of October. So if you've not checked that video out, please do. Um, this is a follow up to that. As to, and I want to thank Alex Heron, Carla Jenkins for sending me this. Is that Kevin Porter Jr. has been traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Oklahoma City Thunder have turned right around and released Kevin Porter Jr. or they waived him. Either way, he's not on the NBA team right now as he's fighting these allegations that's against him out in New York. So coming from ESPN and Adrian Wojnarowski, the Houston Rockets are trading Kevin Porter Jr. and two future second-round picks to the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are immediately waiving him. The Rockets are getting Victor Oladipo and Jeremiah Robinson Earl in the deal that will send the 2027 second-round pick via the Timberwolves and the 2028 second-round pick via the Milwaukee Bucks to the Thunder. Essentially, it was a team-friendly deal, and the deal allows the Thunder to gather up draft assets and requires them to pay $16.9 million of the guaranteed salary left on Porter's contract and saves the Rockets $5.5 million in salary. Porter's future in the NBA is a significant question after he was arrested for an alleged attack on girlfriend Kyrie Gondrezick, a former WNBA player at the Millennium Hilton near the United Nations on September 11th in New York. Now, prosecutors initially said that during Porter's arraignment a day later that the attack left her with a fractured vertebrae and a deep cut above her right eye, but Manhattan prosecutors dropped one of the assault charges against Porter on Monday, acknowledging that he did not fracture Gondrezick's neck during the alleged assault. Porter signed a 4-year contract extension worth as much as $82.5 million last season. However, it was only partially guaranteed because of Porter's history of off-court issues. He was the number 30 pick in the 2019 draft after spending one season at USC, where he was suspended because of his conduct. Played his rookie season for the Cavaliers, but did not join the team the next season because of personal reasons. He was traded to the Rockets for a top 55 protected pick in 2021 in wake of a shouting match with Cavaliers officials. And that was during the situation where they moved his locker. They didn't tell him he moved his locker. So when he got back to Cleveland to handle some other personal issue, he went flying off the handle because his locker was moved without his knowledge. That what prompted the trade to him going to the Houston Rockets. Now, who could ever forget the game? What's up, Gideon? Salute to you, bro. Who could ever forget the game where they was down by like 20-something odd points at halftime? They gave up like 77 points to the Denver Nuggets. And he got into a shouting match. Him and Christian Wood both got into the shouting match with assistant coach John Lucas, and Kevin Porter Jr. literally decided to take his ball and go home. So he was suspended the game for that. So, and that was under the Stephen Silas regime. So since then, Stephen Silas has gotten fired. They brought in Ime Udoka. You know, Ime Udoka had the one season with the Boston Celtics. He took them to the NBA Finals, but a scandal that was blown out of proportion and should have been handled in-house cost Ime Udoka his job essentially, and now he's with the Houston Rockets, where they are trying to establish a winning culture there. And I believe the Houston Rockets will make the playoffs. They are young, they have upside, and Ime Udoka will teach them to have discipline. Kevin Porter Jr. missed out on a golden opportunity to become a a future all-star in this league because he can't keep his conduct in check. Because see, no matter what the situation is, there's always a common denominator. And the common denominator in this situation is Kevin Porter Jr. I don't know how I don't know how he's going to do it. I don't know what he's going to do. But what I do know is that he has to find a way to right this ship. Because what I don't want to see happen is this brother going down a really dark path. I really don't want to see that. I don't want to see a situation where Kevin Porter Jr. could potentially end up in jail or whatever like that because, his anger issues have him do something really irrational. The Thunder have amassed 15 first round and 22 second round picks over the next 7 years. Oklahoma City acquired Oladipo in the offseason trade with the Miami Heat that brought them 2 future second round picks. Oladipo has a $9.5 million on an expiring contract and is rehabbing a torn patella tendon in his left knee. Robinson Earl has a $1.9 million guarantee for this season and a $2 million team option for next year, which is very team friendly. It's very, very team friendly. And the Houston Rockets have depth. So with Alfred Sengun and then Jock Landale. Jock Landale came over from the Phoenix Suns. And then you got now you got Jeremiah Robinson Earl. So they are a young team that's going to be very exciting, a young team that's going to be much better defensively. And the Houston Rockets are not going to be a team that people are going to want to mess with. I'm telling y'all this right now. Guys like Jay Sean Tate, guys like what's the other guy? I can't remember the other guy's name. I can't remember the other guy's name right off the top of my head. But I'm telling y'all right now, the Houston Rockets are a team that's not to be messed with. So y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first. But to circle back around to this, right? Jabari Smith. Thank you, Gideon. Thank you, Gideon. Appreciate that. Jabari Smith. That's the guy I was thinking about. Really, he's really nice. I like him a lot. But anyway, this is what I think happened. All right. And I'm just giving you what I think happened from my perspective, right? Ever since this incident came about with Kevin Porter Jr. and this girl at the hotel last month, the Houston Rockets were desperate to cut bait with this guy. The Houston Rockets was trying to do anything and everything possible to cut bait with this guy. That's why you was hearing reports about Kevin Porter Jr. being traded. I think OKC did the Houston Rockets a favor by cutting bait with this guy. Mm-hmm. Because they were desperate to not want to have Kevin Porter Jr. around. They didn't want him being a team cancer. They didn't want that kind of negativity in the locker room with the new regime. They're trying to establish a culture to where this type of activity or any kind of activity that's going to be detrimental to the team and to the organization is not going to be tolerated anymore. And that the Rockets were just trying to find a way. And they was trying to find anyone who was willing to take Kevin Porter Jr. off their hands and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Because really, OKC don't need Kevin Porter Jr. They got their own culture that they're trying to establish, and they have a fairly young team as well. Matter of fact, outside of SGA, they have to be like one of the youngest teams in the league. So they're trying to establish their own kind of culture within their ranks. I personally think the OKC Thunder did this. Hey man, we see what y'all got going on. We're gonna help y'all get this guy out the league. And that's what prompted all this. This what prompted the trade for Jeremiah Robinson Earl, Kevin Porter Jr., who then OKC immediately waived. Even if on the off chance that he gets off of this, even on the off chance he gets off of this, there's no way, given his history, and this is where his future in the NBA comes into significant doubt because now he has a history. It'd been one thing had, this have been a, even though I don't condone putting no hands on a woman and all that stuff, right? You don't do that. You don't put your hands on a woman or none of that. But at the same time, if he is a minor offender, that would have been one thing. If he was a minor offender, it'd have been one thing. But when you have a history like Kevin Porter Jr. has, and you've been traded to multiple teams because of your conduct, then yeah, you are going to face significant issues getting back into the league should the team release you or waive you or whatever. So you guys let me know what y'all think about this. Make sure you share the video because YouTube don't like sending out notifications whenever I go live and all that. They got a problem with me or whatever. I don't know. But if you're not subscribing to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Hurry!